Hello everybody, your favourite Spartan here, and welcome back to a brand new video. And today we've got something kind of special. We are doing the unboxing of the Xbox headset, the new one. It's mainly for the Xbox Series X, but you can use it on other things, and including Windows 10. It's completely wireless, Bluetooth, and yeah, we're just going to unbox it. And I'm also going to compare it to these. These are the headset I reviewed a couple of months ago now. They did pretty well. It's my Steelseries. So yeah, we're going to see how they fare against these. These were comparing in price. These were £120. I think I got 110 because it was on offer at Argos. These were about £84, so quite a big difference. I'm going to see if that compares in audio quality. I'll see you in a second. Right then, so in the box we had the Type-C charger. It's not much, so if you have a very small area and you want it to be a bit further away, you might want to invest in a longer one. The one that came with my Arctis 9X is a lot longer. It's in fact I think it's a bit too long. I've even had to tie it up with a zip tie. So yeah, it's a bit short, but you know, it doesn't matter for everybody. The comfort, we'll start there. They're not the comfiest in the world I've ever had. They're quite tight on my head. Like the way it sits, it kind of squishes my head a little bit. Even when I adjust it, it still doesn't quite sit as comfortably as these. It might have something to do with the sort of the elastic strap it does have, which is also adjustable. So yeah, I think the strap might play a bit of a role in it, because these are just so comfy when the way like they sort of sit on the head. And so they also seem a bit, I don't know if it's because I've played with them, but I've never had a problem since day one with, you know, sort of the way they've been swishing on my head. They sit really comfortably. The one good side about these being a bit more, shall we say, tight and less squishy is the fact that it makes it a lot quieter. These are almost perfectly noise cancelling. These, just without any audio, they really cup your ears very well. Other than that, it's a bit tight for me personally. I might just have a really big head. It might be that, who knows. The overall look of them is, you know, it's a bit like the Xbox Series X itself. It's quite minimalistic, shall we say. You know, there's nothing crazy wild going on, you know, like this. It's got your fancy little pattern, you've got little buttons everywhere, you know, you got the extra strap, which does give it a different sort of shape. You know, you got like sort of the double headband kind of thing, but these literally look like a fairly generic headset, which, you know, nothing wrong with that at all. They do look quite nice, and they do have a few bits and bobs coming off. The next thing I'd like to talk about is the mic and the quality of it. So my mic on these is sort of, you can see they're just hidden just there, and just pulls out like that. You know, you can turn it and it does stay. I don't use it often. I don't really need to talk to too many people too often with it, but I've never had any complaints with it yet. With this mic, it is always out. As you can see, it's just there, and all it does is just pulls out like that. It's literally the same sort of material as like one of those pipe cleaners with like the metal rod inside it. It's just, you know, bends really nicely. It's dead easy to do. Probably a bit too easy. Just feel like I might snap it, but I don't think I've come anywhere near doing that. The mic quality is pretty good on this as well. I've had a few complaints saying, you know, it's a bit quiet and I need to stick it a bit closer to my mouth. But other than that, it's everybody can hear me perfectly fine. I've not had any major issues. To mute it, it's just a little button that's on the bottom. And to mute my old headset, it was a completely different button on the other side of the headset, which is there. Which, you know, once you get used to it, where all the buttons are, it doesn't matter. But, you know, I probably would have preferred all the headset audio with the headset mic. You know, like the mic button near the mic. It just makes more sense to me. But other than that, it's pretty good. To change the volume, which is something I do actually quite like, to keep the sort of the style of the headset, there is no generic volume, you know, volume wheels. So I'll give you an example. Here's mine. The volume wheels are there, and there's one there as well. On here, they are built in to the headset, so all you do is twist the actual headset itself, like the edge there. So that one is for the left side, shall I say, is for your game and audio chat balance, and the right is just your bog standard high volume, low volume. Obviously, if you twist it down, that's low, up is high, and yeah, I do quite enjoy that. I think that's a lot better than my standard sort of wheel one. I just prefer the overall design of that. I think that's really nice. Just in case you're not very good with your lefts and rights, very nicely left and right there. With these, they do have it, but I mean, I won't be able to show you. Just really minutely there on the side. That's, you know, I mean, it doesn't necessarily matter as long as you remember that the mic's on your left. You're not really gonna have a problem. Now, the biggest thing I would say that is different is going to be the connection. These, because they are designed purely by Microsoft for the Xbox Series X, pretty much. The connection of it is incredible. It's ridiculous. Literally, one green button, you press it, it turns on, and it does a very nice sort of audio chime like the Xbox. Yeah, let's see if I can. There you go, and that's on. That's it. Or you literally just hold it in, and you press it, and it just connect. Obviously, you have to do your connect it to your Xbox how you would connect any controller. You just hold the green button in. It'll all start flashing. That little white light there will start flashing. You hold it on your Xbox and it all starts syncing together really well as well. Because I think they've just designed it so. I'm pretty sure it's got exactly the same sort of technology as a controller, and it just really works. So yeah, there's no connection issues whatsoever so far. It just works so well for me compared to these, which at first when I first rated them, they were amazing, but I've got so many problems with the connection issues. I don't know what it is. I've done the latest firmware update. It's just, people have said that you need to keep your controller on for it to not lag out, but I've had it mid-game and for some reason they just literally just stop. They just turn themselves off pretty much, and you can't hear anything, and I do not know if it's a problem with mine or if it's just a problem with them. But with these, I have not had any connection issues whatsoever. And they just work, you know, straight off the bat. You're really good for connection issues. Game audio wise, they're not as good as these, which thank God, because I paid nearly double for these than for the Xbox Series X ones. So yeah, the bass, the surround sound, like, you know, when you're moving and you look, some of it's on your right and you hear it on your right, but as you turn, it sort of almost follows you, you know, from one ear to the other. With this, I kind of, quite a few times, I found a point where I couldn't really hear the audio on either side, and it was really quiet, and, you know, sort of, it did take you out a bit when you was, you know, in the middle of a firefight and you don't know which way anything is, you know, it did take you out a little bit. But other than that, it is very, very good, especially for the price point. You know, it is verging on budget headset, and for the technology that's inside it is quite amazing, to be honest. But overall, I do think these still are better, but the connection issue is really making it hard, because overall, without the connection issues, these are the clear winner. Bit pricey, a lot pricey, nearly double the price of these ones, but they are also a lot better. It's just the connection issues is really, really letting them down, and I don't know what it is. I've been trying to do as much research as I can, and I've not managed to find anything that's really concrete, and that works for me. So, you know, I hope Microsoft or Steelseries step it up soon and sort it out. Otherwise, I might just have to sell them and just keep these ones, and, you know, just get used to the lower quality. But overall, for the price point, these are incredible, and I really would recommend it, especially if you don't have, you know, if you've got 100 quid, maybe you can try and find another 20 quid and purchase these. But if you just want to save some money and have an overall great experience, I would recommend getting these Xbox Series X wireless headset. Yeah, other than that, that's pretty much everything. That is the comparison to both of these. Oh, and one last thing I've accidentally noticed is you can turn these, you know, half 180, and they do sit on your shoulder very nicely. With these, they are fixed. So some people that will be a problem. I have known people in the past that really likes to just sit there with these like that, you know, while you're waiting for, I don't know, a game to start or whatever. These are always constantly on sort of this head shape, and you know, there's no you can really do about it. So that might be a downside for you, who knows. Overall, I would say the SteelSeries does still conquer it as the best headset I have currently tested, but only just the connection issues. Like I said, if they can fix it, it's in a league of its own. It's going to be incredible. But at the minute, the Xbox Series X headset is nipping at its heels a little bit, but just about. So I'm going to give these, I'm going to say a 7.5 out of 10. I think they're amazing, but there's a couple of downsides. And I'm not sure if I did a rating, but just to clarify, I'm pretty sure I gave him a 10 out of 10 at first, but I will dip it to a 8.5 out of 10, because those connection issues are really starting to bug me a little bit now, especially after I've done the mandatory update. So yeah, hopefully they figure that out very soon. So that's everything. If you did enjoy and you're new here, please consider subscribing, as we are very close to my 100 subscriber goal. We're 22 away at the current state of this video. And if you're a current subscriber, thank you very much for your continued support. Really, really does mean a lot. And I hope you all enjoyed and found it very informative. I hope to see everybody in the next one. So goodbye, guys.